My name is Brian Molitor. I'm with Molitor Brothers Farm. We're a larger farm in southern Minnesota. We farm a handful of crops, but corn and soybeans are our primary crops that we farm. And we have a number of different storage locations, and one of our storage locations is our condo storage that we have in southern Minnesota. So that's been real important to us over the years. We've been involved with condo storage for 12 years, and it's been a great program.
My name's Mark Eastrom, farming rural Northfield. Farm with my brother and nephews. It's been a family operation for years and years. My parents started the farming operation there. And we used the condo storage for at least 10 years at our local elevator. It's just worked out for all of us.
I'm Randy Broughton.
I'm Brian Brecken.
We started farming together 30 years ago. Started out small. Our both fathers were farmers. And 11 years ago, we bought condo storage from the local co-op. It's worked really well. We used to rent a fairly large grain setup for about 5 years, and we kind of figured it out that it takes a lot of labor, a lot of fixing when we should have been picking corn. It just didn't work very good for us. So now I can run the combines and Brian can do the trucking and take care of business. We can fuel up in the morning, grease, get ready, and start picking and pick the one we want to quit. And it works very well for us. They can dump. We dumped 84 semis one day last year. So the co-op takes care of us, and that was our main concern when we went into this.
There's a lot of great aspects to it. Initially, 12 years ago, when we started with it, we were looking at adding storage, and we didn't exactly know how to do it or what we wanted to do. And then we started looking at the cost side of things. And just the cost with condo storage versus real storage is more economical to deal with condo storage. So that was a big positive for us and a reason why we went that direction.
They just added more storage and stuff at home, which is convenient too. And the convenient thing about having a second place to go is when we're caught up with drying at home, it's just having this flexibility all around for all of us. It works out perfect.
We were going to build a new setup 25 years ago probably. We expanded a lot every year. And it would have been too small right away. We would have been under the gun all the time, and we wouldn't have had enough storage. So we decided to buy land instead of building bins and dryers, and of course that was a good investment. It worked great for us.
If we would have built something when we talked about it, we'd outgrew it so fast. That's been one of the biggest things.
Some of the advantages to condo storage for us that we looked at is one big advantage was just the operational side of things. Just being able to go to the field and keep our combine moving. With our own sites, we have dryers and you only have so much capacity. But when we have another site to dump off to, that makes a big difference. And the sites are quick dumping and they have good drying capacity, so we're able to get a lot of bushels through and have longer days during harvest. So that's been a real positive for us, just having the operational advantage, having another site to dump at.
When we're combining corn and soybeans, when it leaves the auger of the combine, heads in the grain cart, semi-truck, it goes to our local elevator and it's out of sight, out of mind. As far as our grain marketing goes, it's up the elevator. We can sell it anytime you want, just make a telephone call.
You pay your money up front and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to think about all the storage you're paying, and you want to get rid of the grain when it's maybe not right time. And so it's worked great for us.
And even for the guys that got their own, it's still cheaper than that to build another bin.
Another advantage for us has been just the reducing our risk, the quality risk. Once we drop the product off, it's tested, it's graded, but that's the quality that we have, and that's what it is, and we're paid on that. So then we're not dealing with any storage risks, potentially having issues in the winter or however long we hold it for, and having to check the bins. That along the same lines, it's on the labor side. No, we're not checking the bins. We're not emptying the bins out again and trying to haul them to the elevator, so they're at their final destination right now. So that's been real good for us. On the labor side in the fall as well, we don't have guys watching the dryers and trying to figure this out and that out, and we don't need as much labor because we just drop it off at the site and dump it off, and that's that, and it's done.
That's part of it too. You haul it in, you're done. You don't have all these fines when you're augering it, legging it all the time.
Once that ticket's printed, that's what it is.
We're not having to take care of things in the winter, checking the grain bins. We're not having to maintain the bins and getting them ready before the season starts. We're not having to fix the motors and all that kind of stuff, as well as we're not having to haul the product out. We're not having to go there with the trucks and load the trucks up and haul them away. So it's just a lot less labor. You just take the product there and you're done with it. So that's been important for us.
And labor was a big deal for us with the drying setup because one of us had to be there and we couldn't be out in the field, and we both want to be out in the field.
There's only two of us, and if you're gonna have a system, a big system, you're gonna have a very good man running it, at least one.
It's just easier for me without having to haul corn, soybeans, or having my nephews haul it out for me.
And even, with our truck drivers, a lot of our guys are older, they're retired, they come work in the fall. If we were hauling our own system, they'd have to know something about it if nobody was there. This, they just pull in and are taken care of and they drive away, back to the field.
When you look at those numbers too, and you try to figure it out, that trucking is a real number, and I know sometimes the basis is adjusted for that, but it's something an operation doesn't have to do, and nowadays labor is difficult to find and it's expensive. So if you can avoid a trucking trip, that's a big deal too.
For us, it's been awesome, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.